Good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I need to share this in one place and then we will be good to go, as the fella says. We will be good to go. I'm going to talk to you today about how to change faster, how to learn faster, how to transform faster, how to get results faster. Good morning, Pete. Great to have you, bro. I'm going to share this, says I, in one of the place, and then we'll be good to go. Morning, Janine. Great to have you. We're going to talk about how to learn faster, how to change faster, how to almost here, how to get results faster. You wanna sign up for that? I would. Man, if I'd have known some of this stuff a little earlier, I think. Let me see. Share. So just 1 second, and I will be with you. And I think we are just about there. Okay, so how's your Thursday? How's your Thursday going? Okay, we're good. It's done. We're good to suck diesel. Suck diesel. I don't even understand what that means. How are you doing daily? I'm sucking diesel. I'm going as grand as a combine harvester. I had no idea what I was talking about, but other people said it to me, so I would say it myself. Hot in the UK. Woohoo! It's 55 here. I can't remember what 55 is in Celsius. So it's a little cooler. Good morning, St. West from up north. What's the temperature like in New Jersey? It's hot in the UK. It's hot in England. So let us know. Let us know what the temperature's like in up north in New Jersey, Wes. All right, so let's dive in, beauties. The early bird gets the worm. All right. So what we're going to talk about? What we're going to talk about is if there's something that you could learn in the 21st century, like if there's something you could learn right now that would help, I think, be a ripple effect on everything else, it would be learning faster, growing faster, understanding transformation a bit better, maybe. And mid-50s West, so same as us here in the South. Good morning, Rebecca. And that's what I kind of want to talk to us about today. I want to talk about learning faster, really, right? Growing faster, changing faster, learning faster, getting it quicker. Okay, our brains. Let me show you. I think I can show you. I hope I didn't need to have this plugged in beforehand. but our brains are wired to do three things primarily. Our brains are wired to, yeah, there we go. Okay, let me see if I can, yeah. Brains are wired to do three things, right? Your brain is wired to, I'm not sure if we're seeing that. Yes, it's there. Brains are wired to keep you safe, right? Or avoid pain. Okay, avoid pain, real or imagined, right? Brain is wired to avoid pain, real or imagined. It's wired to seek pleasure, all right? And pleasure is not just all negative, but good, fast, right? Easy, right? Quick wins, those type of things. And the third thing is use as little energy as possible. Okay? Now, most successful people in the world push against all three. Know that some pain is, good morning, Connie, some pain is necessary. Most successful people in the world push against all three, knowing that pain is a necessary part of growth, change, etc. When I was growing up, I used to have growing pains right in my groin, right in the top of my leg. Oh, be walking down the road and it would cramps. And it, almost like the nerves stopped working or something, but it was just growing pains, right? So sometimes they're not fun. However, we understand that in order to progress, in order to move forward, that pain is part of the process, right? And so you can't always be running away from pain, gang, right? And so pleasure, you got to be careful. Most successful people in the world, hey, know that our brains are rewired for reward, right? Even our maker says, look, at the end, all this stuff's going to be kind of tried and, found as wood, hay, or stubble, right? The hay and the wood's going to get burned up in the fire, but the wood, hay, or stubble, wood, hay, or stubble, wood, hay, go, wood, hay, or stubble. But it's 1 Corinthians chapter 3, verse something. It just talks about being tested, right? And we want what we're doing to last, right? We want what we're doing to have meaning. And so quick wins are fine. Pleasure is not bad, right? It's how reward is how our maker has made us, right? And energy, man, to have more energy, you have to use it up, right? And so just know this. That's a quick start at the very beginning to send your way. Hey, do me a favor. Say how are you? Tell me where you're tuning in from, if you like. And we're going to talk about today, how do you learn faster? How do you grow faster? How do you change faster? How do you heal faster? And so I think one of the probably biggest nuggets, right? And boy, that way, if you get a nugget, just write in nugget or just write in what it is that's kind of resonating with you. And the reason why I'm having you do that is not just because Facebook likes you better when you engage. They do. And it helps it be shared. But actually, engagement helps you better. Engagement helps you have what's resonating with you stick deeper, okay? So first nugget I kind of want to share with you is that transformation and change is not necessarily about learning new things as much as it is unlearning bad habits. Transformation is not necessarily about you learning new things. Yes, we'll learn new things, but it's as much or more about unlearning bad habits. I was listening to a chap the other day, and he says, we don't experience life. Good morning, Melanie. He says, we don't experience life as it really is. We experience life to the degree that our habits allow us to experience life. I thought, I'm still thinking about that one actually. But transformation is as much about unlearning bad habits as it is or unlearning misinformation as it is learning new things. All right. To succeed, to have success in transformation, in change, in long-term change is in two parts. Number one is just showing up. Just showing up. I share this. I share this often. that when I pay attention to people who have succeeded, whether that's in professional sense, in a personal sense, in a relational sense, whatever, a lot of times they're asked the question, so what did you do? Give us your secret sauce, will you? And their answer so often, gang, is, you know what? I just kept showing up. I'm putting one foot in front of the next and doing the best I could with what I had to try to uh, make it work, succeed, right? And of course, there's other thoughts, but just the most common, I just kept showing up. So, hey, you know what? Part of the deal for you succeeding in whatever genre you're in is just keep showing up. Just keep showing up. Keep the feet in the back of the blanket. Get out of the sack and get moving, because we know motion changes emotion, right? Your physiology can change your psychology when you get your physiology moving. And so two parts. First part, showing up. You want to succeed, show up. Show up. Keep showing up. Keep showing up. With a power and with a strength that is greater than yours, right? And the second is play full out. Play full out. Give it everything you've got. Don't hold back. Don't live your life with regrets. Looking back saying, man, if I just had given a little bit more, if I just had tried a little bit harder. Play full out. You want to succeed, you play full out. You give it all. The best in the world at anything give their all, pretty much. All right? So in whatever genre, you want to change, you want to see transformation, you want to see growth, you want to see learning happen faster. You keep showing up and you play full out as you do. I love tennis. Before I played tennis, I played GA. GA. What's GA? GA is GAA, the Gaelic Athletic Association. Gaelic Athletic Association. Isn't that a language, Gaelic? Yeah, it's a language, but it's also a sport. It is a mix between football in my land, which is soccer in the Americas, and rugby. It's a mix, right? And I'll never forget my coach in under 10s said, Daly, like one of the things I like about Daly is like he's a scrapper. And what he was saying was just, that you have to keep at it. Like, I wasn't the best on the team, nowhere near the best on the team. This is not about your brilliance, your intelligence, your gifting. It's just about you giving what you've got to get where you want to go. And if you stick with us any length of time, you realize, forget about it if you want to go there alone, because you won't make it alone. And so, two thoughts. Math wasn't great for me in school. 2 thoughts. Succeed, you got to show up, and you got to play full out. All right? And here's the other reality. Like, here's the other just learning for me, is that what you practice in private, you will be rewarded in public. What you practice in private gets rewarded in public. And it's not that, I mean, for some, the motivation is public reward. But for the most part, I'm just saying to you that what you do behind closed doors gets reaped when the doors are open or when the doors are closed. And so again, it's just back to habits. What are your actions? What are your activities? You want to succeed. You want to change. You want to learn. You want to grow. What you practice in private gets rewarded in public. All right. And so, like, you may be thinking, Kev, look, this is just maybe not my cup of tea. I can't make this work for me. Like, you don't, like, you're not talking specifically. I know I'm not talking specifically as far as the area or the arena you want to grow, but the principles I'm giving to you, I promise you, will work in any arena. Any arena. Right now, these check-ins with Kevin at 7, you want to get the most out of just this time. First of all, I'll give you 3 Fs. How about that? I'll give you 3 Fs. The first F is your brain needs quick wins, easy steps, baby steps. Give yourself an easy win, and in that you will gain momentum, confidence, right? Confidence comes when you practice and taste a little bit even of success. Fast is the first F. The second F is, fun. fun. I told you your brain's wired for pleasure, so let's rig the game. You know, have a bit of a laugh. It's okay, right? I remember when I was growing up, I would wear a tin of fruit. What's a tin of fruit, Kev? A tin of fruit is a suit. I would wear a suit. Most of the time, I was wearing a suit. You what? Yeah, most of the time I'm wearing a suit. I was older beyond my years. Somebody should have slapped me upside the head and said, "Get that thing off of you, kid. What? Are you trying to kill you? Are you trying to choke yourself with the time?" I had a friend who would cut the grass. Now, this is just a little out. He would cut the grass in his suit. Here. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. I'm deadly serious. He would cut the grass in his suit. Fun, okay? You want to learn, you want to change, you want to transform. You got to make it a bit of fun. And then third, when you do that, can I just say that it will be fulfilling. It will be fulfilling. They say there are 5 stages to grief. And the guy who worked with the lady who's most famous for writing a book and discovering these 5 stages of grief, or at least penning them, not discovering them, has written a kind of an add-on to that. And he is saying, I think there's a 6th stage. And the 6th stage is finding meaning, finding purpose again. And continuing on with your life. Fulfillment is massive, all right? And so you want to learn, you want to grow, you want to change, make it fast, make it fun, make it fulfilling, okay? Now, here's where the meat is from what we're going to talk about today, okay? I want to just share, in 25 years of working with people, here, I want to give you the 4 T's, right? 4 T's, Kev. Yes, 4 T's. I want to give you 4 T's, right? When I was growing up, I used to watch Mr. T. He has nothing to do with this, okay? 4 T's. And the first one is that a lot of times people, by the way, if anything is resonating with you, just write it down, right? Because sometimes people come and say, I don't know if that fellow's worth listening to. What are they saying in the comments? And if you give them a nugget in the comments, it'll suck them to see if there's any more nuggets in the video. First T is techniques. And if I spell anything different on this whiteboard than you do wherever you're watching from, it's because that must be how they spell it in Ireland. Or at least on his island, if you know what I mean. All right? So techniques is the first thought I want to share with you, because basically, you are doing a lot of things right, good, proper. Sometimes we feel like we're losing the plot. Like right now in this pandemic, in this season that all of us are in all over the world, the longer it goes on, the more wobbly some of us get. And I talked to a great soul yesterday, and he says, man, I just feel like kind of, things are falling apart around me. And sometimes we're too close to it, right? And we can't see the woods for the trees. And so I was able to remind him, hey, I hear you. I understand you. I see you. I get you. I said, I woke up this morning and I kind of was struggling with some of the same stuff that you're going through. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah. Like what we're in, gang, ain't a walk in the park. And sometimes we just need somebody else to say, yeah, me too. Me too. Me too. By the way, if you're listening to your Irish brother this morning and you're expecting perfection, you need to find somebody else to listen to, because we are all in this together, right? None of us have it all together. But techniques sometimes can help you create the habits. Practice in private what you will be rewarded for in public. Techniques can sometimes just really happen. There's so much good already going on in your story. Sometimes all you need is a tool or a technique to help you break through, get through that last mile, and get some of the results that you're looking for. Techniques. We have, and this is not in priority order. I'm giving you these 4 T's, okay? Because sometimes people say, I just need a tool, give me a tool. And they practice the tool wrong. Practice it wrong. It's not used effectively. They put it on top of a foundation that's not healthy, not sorted, not sound. Okay, so it's the four T's are like they're a combo deal, not to be used alone. Is the small print. Okay, so techniques though, techniques, and as kind of we travel together, you've been getting you some if you've been with us for these check-ins in the mornings. All right. So techniques, the first T. Second T. Ready for the second T? Anybody ready for the second T? Anybody ready for the second T? Second T is toughness. Toughness. I'm not saying quit your crying. I'm not saying that. I think too many of us were told that when we were growing up. And most of us think something's wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with it. Nothing's wrong with a bit of leakage in the right way. Tough, get tough. Get tough. We're living in a culture and in a society in a lot of places on the planet that everybody's getting rewarded for hardly anything. And there's very low levels of resilience, which we're going to talk about in these days ahead. We need to develop a certain level of toughness. Part of what will help you show up every day is a certain level of toughness. And a certain level of knowing that part of the process, you want to know what victory looks like? Most of us want victory, gang. Most of us want victory to look like this. You're here. This is me. And this is victory. Most of us want it to look like that. You want to know what it really looks like? Here's what it really looks like. I kid you not. I kid you not. That's what it looks like. My counselor says, 1 step forward, 2 steps back, 3 steps forward, 2 steps back. I don't like it, but it's true. I just want to take more steps forward than I want to take steps back. So toughness is the second, all right? And of course, we could spend the whole time on any one of these T's, all right? But let me give you numero 3, okay? Numero 3 is theory, okay? And actually, I don't like it. I've actually went, it's not theory. Here's number 3. Number 3 is truth. And I'm debating this in my mind because I want to say that theory is the explanation as to why do I keep going in circles? Why is this happening this way, right? And so theory is important. It's important to understand why so that you can do the what, right? When you have a solid why and understanding, it helps you stay on the way and accomplish your what. When you don't know why, a lot of times we're not driven by a purpose. We're not driven by a sense of calling or clarity. And so sometimes we lose our way. It's just easier to lose your way when you lose your why. And we talked about your why and your what a couple of weeks ago, I think. So understanding, getting a bit of understanding. Proverbs chapter 2, most famous book of wisdom in the world. The very second chapter says, and in all you're getting, get understanding. Search for wisdom as if you're searching for hidden treasure, is what it says in Proverbs chapter 2. So number 3 is theory and truth. I mean, theory in the sense of understanding why, and truth because when you know the truth, experientially know the truth, not just head knowledge, when you experientially know the truth will set you free. Can I get an amen? When you are informed with the truth, with data points, you can make a better informed decision. When your head's stuck in the sand, you're trying to numb, avoid, etc. Mm, it is so much harder, and frankly, you don't have all the information that you need. All right, so numero four, man, we could, and look, your enemy is the father of lies. Okay, that's how he's described, father of lies. Yeah, thank you, Janine, for the amen. And so the goal is, if he can help you believe anything faulty, then you're going to behave based upon what you believe, and he has you off to the races, which is not necessarily where we want to be going. Okay, nothing against the horses or the dogs or whatever's racing, the cars. uh, so we're gonna move to the comments in just a second. If you've got a question, pop it in the comments. If you've got a comment, pop it in the comments. And if this is making sense to you, then sprinkle it with the ones that you love in your circle of influence. Okay, numero four, gang. Huge, huge tribe. Hello, tribe. Yeah, tribe. Other people to travel with, basically, right? Doing it together. Melissa is saying it's why BCI has such a great team, right? We work together, strength for weakness, weakness for strength, right? Yeah, I mean, just like there's areas that some of the team isn't strong in, doesn't have experience or education or training in, or even just success in or effectiveness in, but we work together as a team, right? So we work and serve with a team of counselors and coaches, and yeah, so great thought, love that. Tribe, you've not been called to do this alone. Kev, listen to me. I've tried the tribe thing. It doesn't really work. It doesn't work. Can I just be honest with you? It doesn't work. So, can I tell you? Can I encourage you? Stop looking. Stop looking. You found it right here with me and with my tribe, us together. Learning how to live in the fullness that our Maker wants us and made us to live in. Learning how to love deeper than ever before. And learning how to lead from our most authentic selves, the best of us. We started BCI because we didn't want to do it alone. Frankly, we knew we couldn't do it alone. But we didn't want to do it alone because, man, aloneness stinks. To put it mildly, it's not good for man to be alone. Our Maker says that. And that man is generally right. So, there are your 4 T's. Let me ask you this question. Which of those 4 T's most tough for you? Tell your Irish brother, which of those 4 T's most tough for you? Is the techniques most tough for you? Is the toughness most tough for you? Is the theory or the truth most tough for you? Or is the tribe hardest part for you? Just like right now in your story, because we're all different places, right? We're all hopefully kind of moving and wanting to move in the same direction, right? Or similar directions, right? Which is toughest for you of those 4 T's? Let me know. Because here's the deal, gang. When you were growing up, what did they tell you? Practice makes what? Practice makes what? Practice makes what? What does practice make? Tell me, will you? What does practice make? Well, when we were growing up, they would tell us that practice makes perfect. Practice makes perfect. Well, practice doesn't make perfect, gang. Practice makes progress, maybe. Practice makes permanent after a while. Practice doesn't make perfect unless you're practicing perfectly. So that's just another part of this, right? It's part of the process. It's practicing the techniques. You're not supposed to have it together right out of the gate. Give yourself permission not to have it all together. You're not supposed to be as tough as nails and resilient was all get out. And how do you keep going? In fact, truth be known, truth be told, well, let me ask you this question. Does your maker want to help you? Does your maker want to help you get stronger or weaker? What do you think? Does your maker want to help you get stronger or weaker? Stronger or weaker? What does your maker want to help you do? Let me know in the chat. And somebody remind me to come back to that in a little bit. All right? See, here's the deal. Gang, here's the deal. Team, you know what team means. You know what being in this together means, right? Team means together, everyone, you know the rest of it, accomplishes more. Together, everyone accomplishes more. Does your maker want to make you stronger or weaker? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Does your maker want to make you stronger or weaker? Together, everyone accomplishes or achieves more. One of the keys to learning and changing faster is having what we call a beginner's mind. And we've talked about that a little bit before. A beginner's mind. It's a little bit like a parachute. I jumped out of a parachute. Maybe that's what happened to you, Kev. Yes, I jumped out of a plane. I didn't jump out of a parachute. I'm sorry. It's still early. I jumped out of a plane. And they said, when you jump, count to 3. And you can do that, Kev. They said, and in between the count, like the numbers, they said, put 1,000. Okay, so they said 1, 1,000, 2, 1,000, 3, 1,000. And then look up, Kev, and by then your parachute should be open. Having a beginner's mind is kind of like a parachute. It only works when it opens. Okay? Then we had an emergency parachute. By the way, when I jumped that day, one of my cohorts, his parachute didn't open, and he had to use his emergency parachute. Gulp. Your Irish brother, I didn't break anything. I'm as lucky as all get out. I landed in a big pile of dung. I am not telling you a word of a lie. Landed in a pile of dung. Maybe that's where I get me look from. I don't know. But anyway, beginner's mind. You want to learn how to change, you want to grow, you want to transform. It's kind of like having a parachute that opens, right? And the same is true with your mind. The only thing that will halter you, or one of the significant things that will slow you down, is not having an open mind, right? Growing and changing doesn't really happen by just consuming data, but by creating or co-creating it, right? And so you want to be part of the transformation process. It's not passive. It's not a spectator sport, right? Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Okay, I'm not forgetting about is he wanting to make us stronger or weaker? So all right, I'm going to give you one more word and then we'll wrap up, okay, for today. How do you grow? How do you change? How do you transform faster, quicker, easier? The elements that I'm sharing with you are all part of this transformation process, okay? The first thought I want to say to you is this. You want to forget. Forget. You want to forget what you think you know. I'm not saying check your brain at the door. I'm just saying you want to, and this is part of having an open mind, right? You want to continue to be open by forgetting or at least holding loosely what you believe you know about whatever the area is that you want to change in. Because especially if you want to change in that area, however you've been doing life in that way isn't as effective as you want it to be if change is your desired outcome. You want to forget situational things, meaning meaning whatever's not urgent and a priority right now, you want to not allow that consume your mind time. You only have so much energy in a day, right? And so to help you be fully present to whatever that topic, person, place, pursuit is. Yeah. And it's not about like resisting the other things that are going on in your life. It's just about focus, right? And 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 I would say usually what we resist persists. So it's really just about setting your intention, setting your focus, and just being willing to forget in the sense that you're focusing on something that is your priority in the moment. Okay. And then the last thing I want to say to you is that I really want to encourage you to forget your limitations. I think if there's one kind of recurring theme that's just hit me time and time and time and time again, it's that so many of us have what we call limiting beliefs that are kind of connected to believing that like that might work for you, bro, but that won't work for me. And so we get fixated and focused on limitations, what we can't do. Um, and I think Ashling said yesterday or the day before, can't turn into won'ts. And love that. Love that. Forget your limitations. How you talk to yourself, we call it self-talk, right? Is like a computer program that is running in your noggin. And most people struggle with self-talk being way more negative than positive, and we grossly underestimate our ability for transformation and for change. So first letter is F for forget. Second letter is A for active. Active. You want to be active. You don't want to be you don't want to be in the cheap seats. You don't want to be in the stands. You want to be in it to win it, right? You want to be active. You want to practice. You don't just want to listen to me this morning. You better get your carcass out there and at least take one thing and put it into practice. And so my suggestion to you is to help you get quick wins along the way is take one of these thoughts that just like, love that. I'm going to do that. Do it. Don't talk about it. Don't tell people. Man, you could tell probably a couple of people because that gives you a little bit of accountability. But don't tell the world, because when you tell the world, your brain gets tricked and it kind of gets the dopamine hit just because you've told a lot of people. And it sabotages you actually from actually going ahead and doing the thing, whatever the thing is. Active. You've got to be active. Take notes. Write stuff down. Thoughts disentangle themselves and they move from the mind through the lips to the fingertips. Write it down. Stay active. Stay present. Stay participating. Stay engaged. Ask questions. Ask questions. Ask questions. 225 bucks an hour right now is what's going on right now. Ask questions. I'd be asking questions if you like to get your pound of whatever. Okay? So active is your second. All right, S is state, okay? State. Let's get rid of the second S so we don't confuse. State. What we're talking about state, Kevin? Like the states in America? No. Your state. All learning, gang, depends on your state of how you show up, how you are coming to the table, if you like. And it has to do with your emotions. It has to do with your emotions. Emotion plus information helps long-term memory, helps long-term stickiness. And so I want to just reiterate to you, you are a thermostat, you're not a thermometer. You're a thermostat, you're not a thermometer. And I would even say that to you, like remind yourself, I'm a thermostat, I'm not a thermometer. I don't read everything else around me and then reflect what is going on around me. I come into situations, circumstances as a thermostat. This is my calling, this is my goal, this is my purpose, this is my plan. And watch out, world, because here I come. And it's not an ego thing, it's not an arrogant thing. It's just hey, there are people who make things happen. You are a person who can make things happen. There are people who are trying to figure out what is happening. And the third person is a little milder than that. I think they're just wondering in the world what on earth is going on altogether. You are a thermostat. You're not a thermometer. And so your state, how you show up, your posture, your positioning, your presentation is all part in your noggin of and externally of learning, transforming, changing. When we were growing up, what did superheroes used to say? With great power comes great what? With great power comes great what? What they used to teach us. With great power comes great what? You remember? With great power comes great responsibility. Right? I think that's what they said. That wasn't just in Ireland, was it? You know what I think is also true? If you flip it. With great responsibility comes great power. When you own it, when you own you, gang, when you own you, you have great power. You have great power. How do I change my emotions, man? Because that's one of the toughest things that I face every day, day in and day out. You change your emotions by changing your thoughts. What you focus on affects how you feel and ultimately affects how you function. Your emotions follow where your mind is set. Dude, it don't feel like that. It's like the emotions are like screaming at me. They're only screaming at you because your mind has already been set on something and dwelling on something that's affecting you emotionally, even subconsciously. And so what we're wanting to do is heighten our level of self-awareness. Your state. It's not just an emotional state, but it's a physical state, right? When you change your movement, as your body moves, your brain grooves. I like that. As your body moves, your brain grooves. Body moves, brain grooves. Motion changes emotion, is basically what we're saying. When you change your physiology, you change your psychology. Not completely, but it definitely helps get things going. So your state, and then the last T in fast is teach. You want to change, you want to transform, you want to learn, you want to grow faster. If I had told you at the very beginning of this, take good notes, because at the end of this, you're going to teach me. You're going to teach the rest of us in the group. Would you have listened different? Would you have learned quicker? Would you have paid closer attention? Would you have taken more notes? Better notes? When you teach something to someone, you get to learn it twice. When you teach something to someone, you get to learn it twice. So my encouragement to you is share the gold, share the nuggets, share the wealth, share the love. I just said share like 5 times. Facebook saying, don't be saying share. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. Sprinkle it. Get it out there. If it makes sense to you, it's going to make sense to somebody else. And when you share it, when you teach it, when you mentor it, when you model it, it helps you transform and you change. You will learn in half the time when you intend to teach it and share with somebody else. You will learn it differently as well. When I teach someone else, I get to learn it twice. And can I just rewind to 2 things? First thing, to answer my question, is God wanting to help you be stronger or weaker? The answer, He is wanting you to become aware of how weak you actually are so that you will lean on His strength. Across the board, gang. Across the board. I think traditionally we're raised to say, He wants to make me stronger. And so, Mel, I love your answer. God wants to make us stronger, right, in some areas, and I'm willing to lean on Him in others as we acknowledge our weakness. Yes, for all of it. I would just take the second half and put that in the first half. Because let me ask you, if you believe you're stronger, are you going to be more inclined to depend on Him or less? I'm going to be less inclined because I'm going to say, I got this. I got this. I know you're busy, but I got this. I'll give you a shout if I get in a jam. Mm, mm. What is your most challenging area of the four T's that we talked about earlier? Techniques, toughness, theory or truth, or tribe? I just want you to take one. Go after it today. Go get them today. Don't let anything hold you back. You deserve it. You're worth it. And the people in your life who are counting on you need you to get after it. Whether it's techniques, whether it's toughness, whether it's theory, or whether it's a tribe. And lastly, can I just encourage you? Can I encourage you to jump in to our Facebook group, Live, Love, Lead with Kevin Daly. I really want to encourage you to jump in there. That's part of your tribe. If you've been looking and looking and looking, I'm just going to say stop looking. Join us. Let's do this together. Let's learn, let's grow, let's transform, let's change together. You have no idea how much of an impact you are already making. Let's become more intentional about making an impact that far exceeds our ability to even be able to see it now. You belong. If you don't have a place to belong, can I just say, hey, you belong here? And you don't have to believe it all to belong. We're all on the journey. Places to belong. They know your name. They celebrate your victories. They cry with you in your pains and losses and vulnerabilities. And they champion you along the way. It's a place where it's safe enough for you to be real, to be authentic. And for you to be loved more, not less in the telling of it. What if there was a place so safe where the very worst about you could be known, but you could be loved more, not less, in the telling of it? You don't have to be alone. We would be honored to join you in yours and have you join us in ours. And let's champion each other. Join the free Facebook group, Live, Love, Lead with Kevin Daly, and let's do this together. Take one thing from today and ask our Father to help you apply it. It's one of my faves too, Melissa. Yeah, Melissa's one of our gang, one of our coaches and counselors. Awesome lady, let me tell you. You want to have her in your corner. Melanie is another one of our coaches and counselors. You want to have her in your corner, let me tell you. Larry, one of our mentors. Love you, Larry. Man, talk about a journey. You want to know that dude's journey. Janine, we're praying for your house to sell, sis. We're praying for your house to sell. We're asking God for a house story for you. Don't fall prey to the lies the enemy is wanting you to believe to be true. Whether it's techniques you need, whether it's toughness you need, whether it's truth you need, or whether it's tribe, we're here. call the number at the bottom of your screen, send us an email, info@brokenchainsintl.com, and we would be honored to come alongside you for hourly coaching, hourly counseling, intensive 1 to 3 day intensive experiences, and we have a 5-day abuse recovery retreat experience as well. There are 3 words that keep popping up again and again and again right now as we all go through this pandemic together. The first one is safety. What you are learning here will help keep you and your family and those you love in your sphere of influence safer, because you will not only be taking care of your physical health, but you will be taking care of your mental, your emotional, your spiritual, and your relational health as well. First word is safety. Second word is trust. Can I just encourage you to choose who you can trust and follow them? With your head screwed on, not blindly. Trust is huge right now, more than ever before. Trust is earned, trust is built over time. I get that. Choose who you're going to trust and be that person for the people in your world. And the third theme that keeps popping back up and again is helping other people. How are you helping other people? Let us help you help others more effectively, more efficiently, more deeply. And there's only one extra, which is a fourth. I realize that, but it's local, it's close to you, it's familiar, it's known. It doesn't have to be here. It doesn't have to be BCI. It doesn't have to be Live, Love, Lead. Wherever it is, row in, do it together, become part of a tribe. You have not been called to do this alone. And on that, I will say cheerio. Hey, do sprinkle this amongst those that you love. Will you do that for your Irish brother and for yourself? Hey, I was listening to that leprechaun that you were listening to the other day, and I heard him say this. What do you think of that? It might just spur conversation. It might spur a whole lot more than conversation, is my hope. It might spur transformation. So get after it. May you feel his favor. May you know his peace. May you live free, love well, and walk in the fullness for which he's come to give to you. And I'll see you tomorrow. And by the way, will you do me a favor? Will you say a prayer for me? We're being interviewed this morning by the largest Christian radio station in the state, maybe even multiple states. I have no idea. This morning. So please do say a prayer, and we'll see you in the morning for your check-in. All right. Hey, if you got any ideas, if you'd like me to talk, teach, mentor, coach you on any subjects, pop him in the chat. Message me if you like, and share this, like this, click the heart or whatever you like, and thank you for your prayers, and we will be lifting you up. If we can pray for you specifically, do nothing too small or nothing too big. We're in. All right. Have a great Thursday, and we'll see you mañana. Bye.